Hello there, thank you for watching this video. Now we will be talking about MCSA 70-410 exam. Configure server roles and feature part 2.2, configure print and document services by me, Astrid Krasniqi. Configure print and document services will talk about basic printing architecture, print device, print server, print driver, then accessing a printer, demonstration into installing a local printer and installing a network printer, sharing a printer, printer security, multiple printers, and demonstration increased priority printing priority for high priority print queue. Basic printing architecture. Now, print device. Print device is the actual hardware that produces a hard copy document on paper or other printing media. It's a device that you can actually touch. So it's producing a hard copy document. A printer. This is a software that interfaces through which a computer communicates with a print device. So now there's a lot of mistake here. When people they talk about printer, they mean actually the print device. So don't make that mistake. Printer is a software that interfaces through which a computer communicates with a print device. The hardware is print device. Print server is a device that receives print jobs from the clients and send them to the print device that are either locally attached or connected to the network. So that's the print server that will use a printer to print to the print device. Printer driver, on the other hand, is a driver that converts the print job generated by application into appropriate string of commands for a specific print device. So it's like a translator. Accessing a printer. We can access the printer device locally attached. So we can access local printer sharing, network printer, and network printer sharing. Print device locally attached. Now, print device locally attached, we are used to this. We've done this at home, we've done it a million times where we connect the printer. Well, we put the CD or USB and we install the driver and then we connect the printer. That is called a locally attached. The next one is local printer sharing. That device that we had locally attached, we can share for other users. So other users can send print jobs to our local printer. That's called local printer sharing. Network printer, on the other hand, is a print device that sits on the network on its own. It's got an IP address and is waiting for the print jobs to come from the users on the network. Then we have a network printer sharing, where one server shares a local printer through the network. Here, administrators can manage all the queued jobs, security, and audit. Usually these servers are called print servers, and this printer is shared through the Active Directory. Print device, so we have access in a printer, we can locally attached, local printer sharing, network printer, and network printer sharing. In this demonstration, I will install a local printer, then install a network printer. Now these printers are virtual printers, so I don't really have a physical printer to install. So I'm going to go to my VirtualBox, and this is my server. So I'm going to log on to my server, right control and delete. This server is not a member of domain, so password. Okay, a few seconds. Okay, I paused the video so we don't have to wait until everything is ready. Okay, so server manager has opened, it's ready. So I'm just gonna minimize the server manager. And to install the printer, especially a local printer, we have to go to the control panel. So click on the start menu, then go to control panel, And then on the control panel, we click the hardware, then devices and printers. And here we see add a device or add a printer. Now I click add a printer, and it's going to start searching for available printers. It's going to go through the network, try and search it. I'm going to stop that. So I'll click next. And here I can add a local printer. There's few choices. I can add a shared printer. For example, if somebody else has shared their local printer, then I'll just // the name of the computer, so computer name, and then /, and then the printer share name. So printer share name, and then you will connect to that printer. But this is not what we're going to do right now. So we're going to install a local printer, add a local printer or network printer with manual settings. Well, we're going to add a local printer. So click next, and then we have to choose the existing port. For this exercise, we're going to use LPT1 printer port and select next. Now it's going to try and find out retrieve a list of all devices. Microsoft has made this for us a virtual printer, so generic and color printer, MS Publisher Color Printer. Click next. Now the name, you don't have to take the default name. So here we can change the name. So I'm just going to use a color printer. So delete everything. Just leave color printer. Click next. Now I will install the printer. And the first page after installation is asking us, do we want to share this printer? We don't have to share it. Or we can share it with the same name, or we can change the name. Color printer, maybe here, connected to DC1, maybe. That's share. I would put the location, for example, 3rd floor, IT room, comments, only important documents printed on this printer, and so on. This stuff will be useful, very, very useful in a production environment. Click next. Then we can print the test page. Like I said, this is a virtual printer, so there's no point for me to try and print a test page because it's not going to work. But if it was a physical printer, then you will print the test page here to see that everything so far has gone correctly. Finish. Now we have the color printer here. We install, this is our local printer. So I can right click on this printer. After I right click it, I have some properties. Printer preferences, printer properties, and then just properties. Now here, I can remove the device, I can create a shortcut, see what's printing. These properties here is not going to help you that much. There's not that many properties available here. So I can right click and go to printer properties. First I want to say printing preferences. Now here, with this printer, there's not many printing preferences available for us. But if you use any other printer, for example, physical printers, real printers, in the printing preferences you can change stuff like the duplex printing and so on, a separator page and so on. Printer properties, here is where we can change the name of the printer. Again, we can put the location, comments. We can print the test page or change the preferences. Sharing, we can share our printer from here. For example, at the moment we just shared it as a color printer. So if we don't want to share it, we untick this port, this tick here, and render print jobs on the client computers. It will use the client memory to render the jobs. Additional drivers, if you want to make available drivers for the additional computers, you will add them from here. Ports, if you want to change the port, we added LPT1 port. We can configure the port. There's not that much. We will come back to here when we use a TCP/IP. On the advanced is where we do it pretty much everything. Color management, there's not much we can change there. Device settings, not that much. Go to securities, we can change the securities, who has a permission and not. We'll see this later. Advanced, We can make this printer available. By default, you see, it's always available. We can make it available from certain time to certain time. Maybe from 9 o'clock till, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever you finish. And the priority of this printer, between 1 and 99, you can put the priority. Priority 99 has the highest priority. 1 has the lowest priority. We have the driver here. We can add other drivers if you want. These drivers, they will be useful. For example, if you have a device is going to connect from, I don't know, Windows XP, and you need a different driver than the one that you have right here, then you will add the driver from here. Spool print documents, so program finishing printing faster. We have that here selected by default. We can start printing after the last page is spooled. So if, for example, you send 100 pages document to be printed, all 100 pages, they have to be spooled in the memory before the printing starts. Or you can start printing immediately. That was the default. And print directly to the printer. Ignore the spooling. Hold mismatched document. Print spooled documents first. Keep printing printed documents. And enable advanced printing features. Here we can enable a separator page as well. So for example, say that we have two users. They're going to send one user 50 pages, the other user 65 pages at the same time. By the time they get to the printer, where the printer is located, I don't know, both prints they finished. So now they have to go through whose work is what. So here you can put the separator page, for example, with the photographs or something, to show where one print job starts and one print job has finished. Okay. Now, if we want to install a network printer through TCP/IP, again we got to add a printer. Click, just gonna go back, add a printer using TCP/IP address or host name. This is a network printer, a printer attached to the switch with an IP address. So add a printer using TCP/IP address or host name. Next, I can auto detect, or I can put a TCP/IP device. Then if you have a DNS enabled, you will put the host name, or you can type an IP address. For example, let's just imagine that we have a printer in 10.10.0.250. That's the IP address. I don't want to query the printer and automatically select the drive because there's no printer on that address. Click next, and it's going to try and contact that printer. Okay, I don't know if I can go further because there's not actually a printer at the end of it, so it's just maybe it's gonna waste our time here. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video and see. Okay, that did take about 2 minutes, and again the device is not found in the network. That's what we get in the error because we don't have this other virtual printer. Okay, if I go back to the slides, now we did talk about sharing a printer. So we had this window as soon as we tried to install the printer. Right away after install, they gave us the message, do we want to share this printer? Then we can go to the properties of the printer and we can share the printer from there. That's our locally attached printer. Now we have a printer properties. We can control, like we said, the time when the printer is available from. Priority, what is the priority for this printer? Not the print device, the printer. And the driver, the spool information, and about how to print the spool documents. Printer security, everyone by default will have print permission. We'll see the printer's security. So printer permission, and then we have a description. So print, by default, each user can print and cancel, pause, or restart documents or files that they send to the printer. So if you send any documents, you have you can disable or cancel the print jobs. Manage documents. If you have this permission, you can manage all jobs for a printer that are waiting in the print queue, including documents or files that have been printed by other users. So you can manage somebody else's documents. So cancel them or restart them. Manage printers. This permission allows you to rename, delete, share, and choose preferences for the printer. It is also allows you to choose a printer permission for other users and to manage all jobs for the printer. Then the last one is the special permissions. This permission, typically used only by system administrators, can be used to change a printer owner if needed. The creator or whoever installed the printer will become the owner. Multiple printer. We can have a single printer, single print device. So that's our print device, and we have a single printer in our server, the software. Then we have a single print device, but we have a multiple printer that will print to the same device. Or we can have a single printer, but multiple identical print devices. This, for example, if we have many print jobs or large number of pages that needed to be printed from many users, say if we have 50 users, they all print in about 150 pages each, we can install one printer but multiple print devices, multiple identical print devices. Multiple printers, for example, we can choose a priority. So one of them will have a printer 1 with a priority 1, that's the lowest level, and printer 2 with a priority 99, and that's the highest level. Then we can assign one group permission to print to printer 1 and another group to print to printer 2. So in this demonstration I will install another printer and share that printer, and create a second printer in the same port, increase the printer priority for high priority print queue. So I will go to my virtual machine, and this is my color printer. So I'm going to go to the properties of this printer and just change the name here to for management MGT. For example, this is a management color printer, and we go to the security, and by default I just given us error, not error, but informational. That is because we are sharing it and we change the name, that can cause a problem. Go to security and you can see that everyone has a print permissions to allow. So we want to remove everyone. So this, only the administrators, they will be able to print to this. We could add a group like a management group, but I don't have it here. So but you could have a group, only the people that can want to print to this printer. Okay, so done. Now I'm going to install another printer with in the same port, but it's a different printer for the one print device. So add a printer. I'm going to stop here. Next. Need to go back a little bit. So add a local printer. Next again. Same port. Next. And here I'm going to choose generic MS published color printer. Click next. Do you want to keep the driver? Yep. And what's the name of this printer? This printer is for sales group. So sales color printer. Color printer. Click next. Do you want to share this printer? Yeah, we do want to share it. So click next. We don't want to print the test page. Click finish. Now we have two printers here. So we have, it says sales color printer, but if you right click, there's two printers. That's management color printer and sales color printer. For example, for management color printer, the properties of that, we took everyone off. We don't have everyone there. But for the sales printer, of the properties of the sales printer, we will have like a sales group. Again, we will leave the everyone group. So we have a sales group on this side. Now these two, it's printers, two different printers, but they all go into the same print device. So for example, on this side, only the management can print to this device. But on this side, everyone can print to this device. So from here, I'll leave this permission as allow, okay. But on the sales printer, sales color printer, I'm gonna make that printer available only from, for example, only from I don't know, 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. And the priority, I'm gonna leave it to 1. Okay. Now for the management printer, properties of that, I will go and enable this always available, and the priority here I will put 99. So now if the two jobs that go to the printer, the queued in the printer, the management will have the higher priority than the sales. Just have to remember that if the sales printer of the sale job has already started printing, that's it. No any other higher priority cannot win that. Whatever is already in the printing queue, that's it. Already started printing, you can't win that. But if they are stuck in the queue, then the management has a higher priority. Okay, this has been installed in printers. Configure print and document services. We talked about hold on one second. Basic printing architecture, print device, print server, printer drivers. So we remember the print server, print device is the hardware device. Printer is a software device that enables communication between print server and the print device. And the print driver is just like a translator who speaks both of the languages, the print device language and the server's language. Accessing a printer, remember, how could we access a printer? We saw a demonstration installed in a local printer and installed in a network printer. Couldn't install really a network printer because we didn't have a network printer available. Sharing printer, printer security, we looked at it, and multiple printer, and we did a demonstration where we installed two printers, and we give the one with a higher priority and the other one with the less priority. Thank you very much. This has been Astrid Krasniqi, and hopefully I'll see you in the future videos. Bye.